What is the difference between an amateur media buyer and an advanced media buyer, aka Facebook advertiser, people who are actually running Facebook ads, making marketing decisions for businesses? And today I'm actually going to dive into 5 different levels that go from amateur to advanced, and kind of a few things about the conversations at each level after my own personal experience of being at those levels, as well as simply just, what would you expect from each of those particular people right there. So before we get started, if you're new to the channel, my name is Nick Theriot. I run a Facebook ads agency. We help brands scale to 6 and 7 figures a month. We've done somewhere around over $50 million in online revenue with Facebook ads. We do high level of basically consumer psychology and really able to scale accounts up like that. So create all this content completely for free for you guys. Nothing to sell you, except if you like what you see and you want us to run your ads, click the link below that says have Nick run your ads, or click the link below that says have Nick coach you if you would like to be coached by me from a consulting perspective. So that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let's dive into the video. So amateur media buyer versus advanced media buyer. And like I said, we're gonna go over 5 different stages: novice, advanced beginner, competent, proficient, and expert. This is like the 5 levels to mastery, or 5 levels to being an expert. Just kind of Googled it online, to be honest. Nothing sexy like that, okay? But I've personally had experience at good Lord. I personally had experience at all of these levels, as I'm someone who was once a novice, and now, I categorize myself as an expert, but I still have more room to grow. But at that level right there, there's definitely some high level decisions that we can make, and I'm gonna share those with you guys today. So stage 1, novice. Okay, this is simply someone who can log into a Facebook ad account, and if I give them a list of instructions to follow, they can simply do it. If I give them some creative, give them some copy, and tell them I want a CBO campaign set up in this exact way, they could literally just go ahead and boom and do that. Okay, that's essentially how I started. I recently trained a media buyer from literally 0 media buying knowledge to now running and managing all of our ad spend on a monthly basis within 12 months. And that's how it started off. It was me just giving him 3 creatives, some copies, tell him I want a CBO campaign, tell him I want this specific ad set with this specific targeting, and then tell him what the budget I want, stuff like that. And he could simply just go ahead and take that and then copy and paste it into the ad account. Okay, essentially all it was doing was saving me the time of actually going in the ad account, spending time with like uploading ad creatives to the account, and the little delay and stuff like that. It allowed me to kind of outsource some of the tasks in that perspective. This is a novice media buyer right here. Again, very absolute bottom of the pay scale, and I'm gonna talk about the pay scale a little bit towards the end, where I'm actually gonna give you real references of what you could make at each level. Okay, so some of the conversations you might have with this particular person is just, hey, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Okay, very simple, straightforward. Again, they can't operate on their own yet, but they can do with something that if you tell them to do something. Okay, now next one is stage 2. This is an advanced beginner, okay? An advanced beginner can start to identify trends in the ad accounts, okay? Just based off what works, what doesn't. And yeah, you'll typically have some conversations with this particular person, something along the lines of, hey, when we use this video, performance works really well. When we use this ad copy, it works really well. Very, very small talk of just, hey, I noticed this copy works. I know this video works. Okay. They can't tell you why though. Okay. Just very important there. They cannot tell you why it works or what makes them believe it works. They just know that when they put this copy in with this particular video or this video in the ad account, it works. That's it. Now, they also can't tell you what concepts either. They just know this video. That's it. Okay. When I was managing Facebook ads back in 2019 with one of my second clients, I found this one particular ad copy that just every time we used it, it works. So I just kept using it over and over and over to where we literally had 100 ads running with the exact same copy. Okay. So very straightforward. It's an advanced beginner. They can also start to navigate the account a little bit more frequent. I can also give them a little less information now. Not going to tell them, hey, I want a CBO campaign set up with just, the usual targeting, blah, blah, blah. And they kind of got a good understanding of the account in that perspective right there. Okay. Yeah. Advanced beginner. It's a stage 2 right there. All right. Now, stage 3, this is where we're going to get a little bit more competent. Okay. So now they can start making suggestions about what ads to run based on competitor research. Okay. So now they're, they still taking orders from me. in that perspective. They're still taking orders from me. They can tell me what works in the account, what videos, what copy works and stuff like that. And now they know how to start doing a little bit of research from a competitor standpoint. Okay. So now they can actively go in the market. They can look at for competitors, and they can simply just look and see what's the general theme and trend across the market, just like they're looking at our account right here. Hey, competitors running UGC. They're following this flow. They're, putting the product up on the screen in the first 3 seconds, and they're going over a few benefits. Very small talk, but they're starting to get a knack for different key things that's going into creative. Benefits, testimonials, social proof. They're starting to understand at a low level the importance of creative and copy in the account and how it has an overall effect on performance. Okay. Now it's no longer, hey, it's CBO campaign or ABO campaign. It's a little bit, hey, we know the campaign structure does not affect performance, and that the performance that we're following is essentially just having winning creatives and winning copy in the account. Okay. Here's what competitors are running. Here's some things that client we think you should be running in the account as well. This is a competent media buyer right here. Okay. Just be clear on that. Now, stage 4 is Proficient. Okay. So again, they've been able to start doing some market research. They've been able to do some levels of, understanding what works in the ad account, what doesn't. But now they start to understand what variables about an ad make the ad work. Okay. So now it's not just this copy works. This copy works because, we're really hitting on this specific problem that shares a mass desire across the market. Okay. You also start to develop a sense of product positioning against competitors and realize how important a product is. Okay. So something right there is that a lot of media buyers on this channel, I talk a lot about how if you have a shit product, your ads are going to suck. Okay. So let's see a lot of media buyers on here. Well, how do I tell a client that? That's not my job. Well, yeah, that's the reason why it's not your job, is because that's why you're making $20,000 to $30,000 less than other media buyers that do talk about that shit. Okay. So you can actively now start to understand that, through competitor research and market research, how our product stacks up against other products. Okay. So you might have a conversation more like this with that particular media buyer. Hey, this ad works better than others because it leverages this messaging. From my research, a large amount of people share this exact same problem. And that's what allows it to, have such a good, resonation with the market and these specific benefits that work really well. Okay. Also, our competitors are selling an iPhone 14 and we're selling the iPhone 10. We should look at product upgrades to improve. So if everyone wants an iPhone 14 and we're selling iPhone 10, we can do all the advertising we want, but it's going against the mass desire of what people want. We're going to be severely limited. Okay. So what we need to do here is we need to obviously keep improving our messaging just like we're doing now, but we also need to start looking at product upgrades. Okay. So you see, that's a Proficient media buyer right there. That's someone that's gonna be able to start making recommendations on messaging we use, start making recommendations kind of just in general, like what we're lacking on a product standpoint right there. Okay. That's a Proficient media buyer. Okay. Now this is stage 5 as an expert. Okay. And an expert right here, this is someone who's basically taken all these kind of different, from a proficient to an expert, you're really just that next level of fully understanding ad psychology, consumer psychology. Okay. So you have a high level of advertising knowledge around consumer psychology. Okay. This is purely developed through going over a couple hundred ads a year. Okay. A couple thousand ads a year and creating a ton of them and consistently understanding what works, what doesn't, and what makes those variables work and what makes those variables not work. Okay. You also have a higher rate success with each ad concept you test. Maybe a novice might get 1 out of 40 ad concepts they test work. We might be able to get 2 or 3 out of 10 work. Okay. This also allows you to reach more people and spend more than competitors because we have a higher understanding of consumer psychology. So we can reach more people, spend more than competitors, and just overall do much better than competitors. Okay. From an ad perspective. Okay. This is the type of conversation you'll have with them. It'll actually sound a lot like kind of like what I'm talking about in a lot of my videos. If you go watch my last video called, like stage 5 or how this strategy did $50 million for us, 5 stages of market awareness. Talk very like just an expert would in this specific sense right here. Hey, our ads do not fit with the current mass desire across the market. Our clients want to lose weight to attract a better partner, yet we're not hitting on that. We're also too product aware, which limits our reach plus spend because a product aware audience is much smaller than what I'm about to say next, which is problem aware audience. Okay. We need to create problem aware ads and also better tailor the identity to our target customer. Identity is also something too an expert will be talking about, is that when you're creating an ad, you're also selling a character role or achievement role. Okay. So you're creating an ad that's selling people the new identity they're stepping into when they are purchasing our product. Okay, so let me give you an example real quick about identity. That's also another thing too. Expert and Proficient can give a lot of examples like this, okay, because they're very proficient and expert with their craft. Okay, so give you an example for an expert positioning. When I bought my MacBook Pro, I bought a MacBook Pro because I've seen so many Instagram posts of entrepreneurs, digital nomads and stuff leveraging a MacBook Pro. It became an icon for me personally as a young entrepreneur, as someone who wants to share an identity with someone who's very successful. So I was also purchasing a level of success, a level of, I'm doing well in life by purchasing my MacBook Pro based off how I was seeing it advertised without Apple advertising it, but just how I was seeing it advertised in Instagram influencers and stuff like that, showcasing the digital nomad life. Okay, so that's just something right there to really give you guys some insight of like how an expert would talk. Okay, now out of all these stages right here, what does the pay scale look like? Because I've been at literally every single stage. So I want to share with you guys really quick. Okay, so stage 1, novice, and this is also very difficult to price this, because if you were running Facebook ads for clients, that's gonna be a different story than if you're doing Facebook ads under an agency. Okay, so it kind of bounces back and forth. Okay, so a novice, look, if you're doing it just starting out, if you get picked up by an agency, you can immediately start off at $24,000 a year. If you're starting out from scratch and you're going after clients, you're gonna be at zero for a while. Okay, that's a novice. Now, an advanced beginner, you might be able to pick up 1 or 2 clients. You might be able to do about $24K a year from an advanced beginner. From a client perspective of acquiring clients, all the way up to about 60 grand a year at an agency. Okay, and it bounces back and forth between 24 to 60 grand a year. Okay, at this point right here, like a novice, we're spending a lot of time training you up, so it's honestly costing me more money than I'm paying you. All right, advanced beginner, you can start taking levels of task off my plate, and I can pay you anywhere from $2,000 to $5K a month. Okay, now competent. Okay, now again, what is a competent? Competent is someone who can start making suggestions about what ads to run based off just a little bit of competitive research. Okay, so now you actually start to bring some ideas to the table that me as an agency owner might start to value, or me as a brand owner might start to value. Okay, I'm gonna pay you a little bit more because now you're taking some of the high level thinking off my plate. Again, you were paid based off of your level of thinking you can bring to the table. If you look at from an expert level all the way to novice, much different levels of conversation and much different levels, like just knowledge they bring to the table. Okay, now let's go back to that pay scale. So competent, 60 to 100K a year. Now proficient, anywhere from $100,000 a year to $250,000 a year. Okay, again, what is proficient? These are people that can start to make really good suggestions around like what variables of an ad work. Not super deep, but surface level suggestions of general concepts at work, these problems, these benefits, things like that. And they also can do some research, and they're also able to make product kind of suggestions and stuff like that. All right. Agency owner, you should be able to do about 100K a year, immediate buyer, like 100K a year, all the way up to, like I would almost put this flipped, because like you're not gonna make 250K a year as a media buyer for an agency. So, this is where this starts to flip to where, hey, 60K a year, for like an agency, but like 24K a year if you're like, 6K a year for like you working at an agency or working for an agency, whereas 24K a year for like an advanced beginner for essentially doing it yourself. Whereas this flips to where now it's, from agency owner to working for an agency to now working for an agency to about agency owner to, working for an agency to like agency owner in that perspective right there. You can easily do about 250K a year running a couple of accounts, being a professional media buyer. But then there's expert, which, you can easily do over $250,000 per year. And, this is kind of based off personal experience, and you can easily do 250K or more per year. And me personally, I also have mentors making $1 million per month at this level. Just clear transparency with you on that. Okay. There's really no cap once you go to that expert level. Okay. Because you might get 100K paycheck just to literally go ahead and like create concept. Okay, like some of these huge brands, if you look at people like Eugene Schwartz, like for example, like for breakthrough advertising, stuff like that, Frank Kern or something like that, brands literally pay him like 250K, 100K a month just to do a few hours of consulting. Okay, because they can bring a level of expertise to the table that dramatically helps out with performance. Okay, you're not getting paid anymore for hourly work. You're not getting paid anymore for like project basis. You're getting paid essentially for, hey, you made us a couple extra $1 million this year, so we'll give you a 100K check. Okay. And you have 5 or 10 clients like that, you can easily make $500K to $1 million a year, all the way up to, 10 clients paying you $100,000 a month, which is $1 million per month at this level. Okay. I personally have made around almost 60K just from one client in 1 month. It's easily able to do this at this level. Okay. Because again, you're paid based off percentage of performance and percentages of projects and stuff like that. And again, it's a really awesome level to be. But again, to get to an expert, you have to go through a proficient stage. To get to proficient, you have to go through a competent stage. To be an advanced beginner, you have to go through the novice stage. Okay. You have to go through all of these stages. Me personally, I've gone through all of them. I've been running Facebook ads since 2015. It's 2022. I'm consistently studying. I'm consistently advancing and investing into my skill sets and stuff like that. That's also why I launched my mentorship circle. So like, if you want to learn more about like this higher level stuff, click link below to have Nick mentor you. And I literally, like, that's how you can get, literally for $600 a month, 24/7 access to me, weekly Q&A calls, all of the SOPs we use inside of our agency, immediate access so you get to all this. You can cancel anytime, 30 days, stuff like that. I'm gonna plug myself really quick, but just because I personally don't have other people I could recommend it to you that's less than that. All my mentors, I pay like $2,000 to $3,000 per month just for one mentor. So that's like the cheapest option right there. Okay. And just 1 hour of my time is $500 an hour. So, even if you want to just purchase an hour of my time, the mentorship circle is still a better value because you get 4 weekly calls with me, and you get a 24/7 group chat, and you get the SOPs in the agency. Okay. A lot of juicy stuff there. Okay. But yeah, so whether you work with me or anyone, just find someone that is at the level that you want to be or better. Okay. Do not work with someone who, hey, I'm a novice. Well, I'm an advanced beginner. I can show you a few things. Try to go up to like something a little bit deeper. That can really drastically help you out with your advertising, stuff like that. So yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, click the link below if you're curious about anything I do. Have Nick Theriot run your ads or have Nick Theriot mentor you. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That being said, I'll talk to you guys later. My name is Nick Theriot. Peace out.